Hi everyone, it's Stacy from PeonyLayDesigns.com. Have you subscribed to the channel yet? If not, click the little blue button right there.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button, comment down below, like this video, and click the bell icon to be notified.
Y'all, I'm actually sweating. Like, it's 84 degrees right now. I want to remind you guys it was snowing last week. Like, real snow that stayed for a day. Oh, I'm in danger of like heat stroke today. I'm definitely in danger of my arm getting bumpy. Gotta keep it out of the sun. I don't have my sun jacket on. I gotta remember that now that it's hot again. We're in the car because I have a chair with me that's going to the client. I texted her this morning, asked her if it was okay to drop it off today. She said she'd have a check waiting for me, which is really nice because usually I let her do terms like 10 days or something like that because it's a business and I know it's like an accounting thing, right? You don't typically have a check waiting for me on the day you show up with it. So hopefully she likes it. My fingers are crossed that she doesn't want any changes because I think it turned out nice and I'm happy with it. But it's always a wild card going into a client situation because verbally we've agreed on what it's going to look like, but in our minds, you know, not always on the same page. So I don't want to disappoint my clients, but sometimes you do. Like, you don't have the same vision. You just verbally say, so this, and this, and they agree, but they don't really understand. Donna had commented on a previous video that she just paints things now and then sells them outright. I don't know, on your Facebook page or whatever. Because it's easier. I agree. When I paint something that I'm just selling at the shop, it's so much easier. But, you know, client stuff is cash money, so I could use the cash money right now, considering it came at like a perfect time where I knew I wasn't going to make bank at Vintage Junkie, and Picket Fence Gals sale will be hopefully better, but it hasn't been for like 3 months, so it's a little tight still. And now we've got this trip that we're going on. So, y'all, my plan is not to miss any videos. You may see some road trip videos. Who knows? We might go check. Although my family's being kind of little poopies because I said, well, since we're taking the car, there'll be room for my Keurig. And they were both like, if you could fit it in your suitcase, okay, fine. Well, I'll just bring a second suitcase. I'm getting the friggin' Keurig in the car. I can't live without good coffee, guys. And if we're on a road trip, I mean, we're staying at wildcard hotels. We don't know where we're staying. So by the time we hit Cheyenne, hopefully there's a decent hotel with rooms available, but we don't know that it'll have a Keurig or good coffee or even a coffee maker in the room. Some places don't have coffee makers in the room anymore because the cleaning staff has complained that it's hard to clean them, and I get it. I mean, it's pretty nasty. I wouldn't want to do it either. Like, yeah. But, oh my goodness. Let's get to the client, drop off this chair, hopefully pick up a check. That'll be nice. That would be nice. I was kind of thinking it would take a couple days to get it, but I did ask her if she wanted to do credit card. Square has the new system. If you haven't logged into your Square account in a while, with it tap to pay on your phone. I was so happy. I'm like, oh, really? I can't wait. Now I'm not in Junk Bonanzas this weekend, and I sent a little, I hope all my ladies do good, even though I'm going to miss being there with them. In all honesty, I'll miss the camaraderie of being at Junk Bonanza with them. But a part of me, I got the notice about the tap to pay, last week, and I set it up, and I'm like, oh no, I was just doing junk bonanza, like a tap to pay, you know. I'm like, well, just tap my phone. That'd be awesome. Being one of the only vendors at Junk Bonanza who was taking credit cards was a good idea, by the way. If people get bent out of shape about those fees, they're deductible. Take the deduction at the end of the year. It made sales for me to take credit cards, so I would highly recommend taking credit cards. Venmo, something. And like the one lady said, oh, so civilized, you have Venmo. Like, yeah, the younger generation doesn't have cash, so we want to sell, take their money any way they want to give it to you. But this one wanted to do a check, and I'm like, I want to try my tap to pay. I'm like, let's go drop it off. Oh, the air blowing. Sure enough, she loves it. That's awesome. She loved the chair, and she had a check rating. I'm like, nice. Love that. So civilized. As that girl said. I'm just glad she's happy with it. I'm like, I never know if it's enough distress, not enough distress. And she goes, no, it's perfect. I'm like, cool. I'm glad it's perfect. Because y'all know what I went through. Y'all know what I went through to get it that way. It's not like slap a coat of paint on it and it's done situation. Never. It's never slap a coat of paint on it situation. It's me being picky, I'm sure. There's a lot of little moments, but that whole standing, that had to be fixed. Anyway, I'm glad it's out the door. I'm not looking at it anymore. I literally left it sitting there for a few extra days in the light, and I stared at it in my living room. Just to make sure that I wasn't like, I don't know. And then this morning I was like, I'm texting her and telling her it's done. Because I didn't hate it. Like, it had been sitting in there for a while and I wasn't actively scrutinizing it any longer, which means I'd gotten used to it. It's like, okay, now it's fine. It's fine. Okay, back home. And at Easter, I was given 2 pieces by a very nice lady named Anne-Marie, who's not a family member of mine or my husband's. She's a family member of my husband's. So, I don't know. She knows what I do, and she used to be a photographer, and she has a bunch of little pieces that she would have in her shop, like this one. Is this not the cutest little kid's chair? Look at the little squirrel. It's adorable. I'm not going to paint it. I'm not going to do a thing to it except clean it up. I've got some orange oil. I'm going to just give it a little touch up here. I mean, it's fine. It's going to go in the shop the way it is. And the other piece was this that she gave me, which I don't love the color, and I don't love this, that it's pressed plywood, raw edges, and holes in the top. So otherwise, a little stool is always beneficial to have. But I'm going to take some Verdick and get this thing filled tonight, because this will be a project. The chair is just a cleanup. I can have that on standby as a refill piece for Pickett, because I'm hoping I sell out of everything. A lot of customers who haven't been with us in a while are coming back because it's warm. I mean, it's 85 degrees. They can't say it's the weather unless they're like, no, it's too hot. It's too cold. It's too hot. It's too hot. It's too cold. I'm going to fill this first. Oh, my Verdick is hard. Not pink anymore. Okay, so that's garbage. That's a new one. Where'd the other one go? Literally just had my hands on it. 1 second. It was like some weird magic trick I couldn't figure out. The blue on the tube blended in with a ratchet strap. Like, so good. It was Where's Waldo moment. My other Verdick here. Fill this hole. A big hole. Like, I feel like my whole life is just fill, sand, paint, repeat. Fill, sand, paint, repeat. And that's full now. I have to really sand that one down. And we're going to go around the edges. And fill in this textured bit that's around the edges so you can see that it's pressed plywood. I'm just going to fill it. Just like frosting a cake. We're just going to fill it. I have to do it pretty thick. Speaking of frosting a cake, let's just squeeze it right on. Feels like what I'm doing is frosting a cake. All right. So whenever I have a plywood piece and you see the rough raw edges like that, I always fill it like this. You can use wood filler, wood putty if you want. Use whatever I have in hand. I used to replace the tops because, oh my God, I can't have pressed plywood. Now I just fill them. There are so many pressed plywood pieces and so few real wood pieces anymore that if I tried to replace the tops of every pressed plywood piece, I'd go broke. And this is a cute little stool, but it's not going to get like buco use. It's going to be a decorative piece for a plant or a kid's stool to brush their teeth. It's not going to be, it doesn't need to have a $40 new top on it. And we could fill these little pieces up here that are flaking off. So we're getting there. You don't want to watch this. Now while that's drying, I'm just going to hit this with some orange oil. And then I think that's all I'm going to do for the day. It's kind of a short video, but I kind of promised Margot I'd take her outside and run around in the heat. Don't wobble. Oh no, it needs to be tightened. You know I can't leave it like that. You know I can't leave it like that. Wasn't where I left it. I'm gonna do it. Alrighty. Ta-da! It's all cleaned up now and pretty. I'm just gonna put a price tag on it, get it in the shop. Thanks for watching, you guys. Tomorrow we're at Pick It all day, so that'll be fun. Happy junkin'. Bye!
Visit my blog, peonylanedesigns.com, for more tips, tricks, and inspiration. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon so you'll be notified of new videos. I post every week DIY tutorials and, of course, more junkin' videos.